I don't know about you guys, but Neon Genesis Evangelion is one of my favorite anime. It's in my top 3 favorite anime of all time, along with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and Initial D. Evangelion carries such a deep message that has really touched me and made me rethink some aspects of my life. And with Evangelion 4.0 coming out next year, I think it's time that I talk about it. But more specifically, the women, because the waifu war for this franchise is unbelievable. I've seen so many arguments about why Asuka is the best or why Rei is the best. And it's stupid that it's only focused on these two when there's at least 2 other women in the show / movies. Alright, enough dilly-dallying. Let's get ranking. Now, for all intents and purposes, I'll be putting these 2 versions of Asuka in the same category because even though I know that there's some slight character differences between the original NGE and the rebuild continuity, they're pretty much the same person. Asuka freaking sucks. She's so arrogant, aggressive, stubborn, and very prideful. It's an extreme turnoff for a lot of guys, including myself. Very mean to a lot of people, including her one equal, one companion, and one person able to understand her, Shinji. She may be attractive, but I still don't get what he finds in her. Red hair? Feistiness? I don't know, seems pretty dumb to me. Now, I know that down under, she has a lot of issues that are quite relatable. Wanting to be viewed as an adult, not wanting to be looked down upon, having trouble expressing your true feelings. But this is all simply a facade for an extremely fragile and insecure person, which I can understand. Heck, I still struggle with the former. But Richard! She's a tsundere! She's supposed to be mean at first and then fall in love with you later. Yeah, I know she's a tsundere, but this is exactly why tsunderes aren't the best types of deres. Maybe if she was calmer with her demeanor, she'd be higher up on this list. Asuka sucks! Now, Rei is a different story. She is an interesting character with a dilemma all of us can relate to, trying to find our identity. But here's the thing. Rei in herself is not an individual, but a series of clones composed of Yui Ikari's DNA. Especially at the beginning of the anime, she can be cold, emotionally, but there are times when real emotion comes out of her. Remember when she first smiled in episode 6? That was the moment when we knew that Rei was not just some emotionless plank. She really is just cute and beautiful. But she rarely expresses her emotion, or more like she doesn't know how to actually express her emotions properly, kind of like another character we know. The main advantage she has over Asuka is that she isn't such an arrogant twat who's prideful and aggressive. She's tame, and she could very much be a type tier waifu. Definitely superior to Asuka. Also, that physique though. I'll be honest, I really like Misato. She's funny. She really seems to know how to party. I mean, she has an entire fridge full of beer. And that physique though, Misato is hot. That black dress, ugh, thicker! In all seriousness, Misato is a really human character. When you examine her past, you can see that she has gone through a lot. Her father dying during second impact right in front of her eyes, passing on only a trinket to help her remember her father and going into a period of silence for a few years, her strange on and off relationship with Kaji, and witnessing Shinji almost die in an experiment, that can really tear someone up on the inside. And we also can't omit the fact that in the end of Evangelion, or just Evangelion in general, Misato, with a bullet in her back and on the brink of death, offered Shinji coochie if he came back after once again piloting Unit 1. And shortly after, she dies in an explosion. If that isn't teasing, I don't know what is. Misato is out, and she is out for Shinji's LCL. Amazing woman! Mari isn't the worst of the girls, but I don't really remember that much of her, except for that one scene in 2.0 where she descended onto the top of a building, got on top of Shinji, and started smelling him. That scene was kinda strange, but there's a lot of scenes in Evangelion that deserve the title of weird scene more than that one. Also, I really like her design. She looks like the sexy librarian type. I can see why people like Maya. She's shy, cute, but she doesn't really have that much time in the spotlight. Come to think of it, Evangelion never really had a focus on its background characters. Sure, there was that dynamic with Toji and his sister, Ritsuko and her mother, and Kaji with his watermelons, but other than that, there wasn't a lot of character development for the people in the background, and the rest of the employees at Nerve. But back to Maya. Love the short hair, absolutely cute. I love my women in uniform, but not as developed as I liked her to be. Also, she really just looks like a gender swapped version of Shinji, so... I honestly don't know what to say about Yui. I mean, what is there really to say about her? She sacrificed herself during a contact experiment right in front of her 3-year-old son's eyes, her body disintegrating in the process. Her soul eventually fused with Unit 1, causing the bond between Shinji and the cybernetic organism to be strange, to put it lightly. However, in the flashbacks that we see of her, we can see that she was a very kind, loving, and gentle soul with no evil present in her whatsoever. Just a quick comment on Yui. If Gendo was willing to sacrifice not only everything he had, but all of humanity to be with Yui once again, then she must have been an amazing bride. And I know that sounds crazy, sacrificing literally all of humanity, every single person who is living in the moment, and turning them into Tang to be reunited with the one person who makes you feel complete and whole. But in all seriousness, if your husband or wife was dead, what would you give to be with them again? Would you leave your current life behind and give up all your wealth and success to be with that woman or man that you love? I know I would do that, giving up everything to be with the woman I love. So, I guess maybe Yui really is the one true waifu? Maybe. What do I have to say about Miss Ritsuko Akagi? This Christmas cake, this real woman drives me wild. I mean, just look at her. The bleached blonde hair, the smoking hot bod, especially in the swimsuit from episode 1. Seriously, I cannot get enough of this woman. Firstly, what I said earlier, Ritsuko is absolutely thick. Let's get the record straight. Ritsuko is thick. She can get it. Also, I don't know about you guys, but I have like a thing for more mature women. She's 30 and that's like prime for the taking if you can catch my drift. But moving on from that, we have her personality. I very much admire her professionalism, intelligence, level-headedness, and she's just overall really cool. Women who are like that make me a 10 on the Mo scale. But in relation to Shinji, she acts more like a mother, and us men know how much we love our mothers. That makes me an 11 on the Mo scale. Seriously, a woman like that is worth cuffing and making your wife. However, despite all that, Ritsuko consciously does not think she ever wants to be a mother. There's so much to say about Ritsuko Akagi, but that would make the video longer. It could be its own separate video, but this case is now closed. Ritsuko Akagi is the top tier waifu and beats out all the other ladies in Neon Genesis Evangelion. No doubt about it.
Hey folks, I hope you are doing well. I'd like to thank you for tuning in to the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to hit the like button, and please, do consider subscribing. I would also appreciate it if you shared it around, and donated. Link in the description! Well, I hope to see you next video, whenever that may be. This is Richard the Espion, signing off. Arrivederci.